Hello, my darlings. It's Aisling Mooney, Angel Intuitive, and this is our weekly live call in the Angel Bootcamp. I am thrilled to be here. So I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to find me on the page. Facebook is going to notify everybody who's around this morning and just let you know that I'm live. So I'm going to just give everybody a few minutes to find me. Hello, hello, hello. So while we're doing that, I am going to do an angel card for our group this week. So the Angel Bootcamp. So if you're watching this replay anywhere other than in the Angel Bootcamp, you'll find a link somewhere that you'll be able to sign up and get 30 days of angels, spirituality and healing, completely free videos, live streams, angel cards. So just check out wherever you're watching this video and you'll see the link. But for everybody that's here live, hello, or in the Angel Bootcamp watching the replay, you are so welcome. So as we gather, I'm just going to pick an angel card for us this week as a group. So a group angel card, and then I'll do individual ones. Wow. Okay. So this is something I was just about to speak about, and I was wondering, should I speak about this? So it's a very interesting one. Earthed. I don't know if that's how you say that. Earthed or earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Now, this is a theme that we had a little bit on that, not last week, but the last live stream, the last live Q A that I did. This is a stunning, beautiful card. So, can somebody tell me, am I saying that correctly? Earthed or earthed? Anyway, this card for me is a subject I was about to speak on, which was protection and grounding. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a moment. So welcome, everybody's here. I'm going to just say a few hellos. Good morning, Marie, Nicola, Aita, Fiona, Stacy, Bonnie, Simone, Angie, Susan, Magella, Ursula, Ava, Martina, Emma Rose, Rebecca, Ursula, Zanetta, excuse me if I got that wrong, Muriel, hello my darlings, Dawn, you're welcome, love. Lovely to see you all, and if you're watching the replay, you are so very welcome. Narina, you're welcome. So my darlings, we are in the Angel Bootcamp. This is it's not even our first week. This is the middle of our first week, and we've already covered a huge amount. Good morning, Laura, Rachel, everybody that's joining me, you're all very welcome. So we are in our first week of the Angel Bootcamp, and what have we covered? We did our opening call, setting your intention for the next 30 days and making your commitment to showing up and being part of this group. Please make sure you go and watch that, especially if you've just joined in the last few days. That's a really important, just opening the space, welcoming you and your energy and your angels into this space, and just connecting you with everybody that's here, and really helping you to commit to the next 30 days. That doesn't mean you have to be here every day, but just to show up and give your soul this gift of the space. So that's the first thing. Then we jumped into Meet Your Guardian Angel, which is the first place I send all of my clients, whether that's a VIP client or in one of my coaching programs or groups or the Angel Circle membership. Always start with your guardian angel. Connect in with that angel whose soul, their sacred contract is to help you fulfill yours. So their promise is to be with you every single step and breath of your life. So it's really important that you connect in with this angel. Now, for some of you, you know your angel a long time. This is like no problem. But for some of you, this might be your first time connecting in with the angels, and maybe I've seen from some of the comments some people say, I can't see my angel, or I can't hear anything, or I don't know, or I'm thinking I'm all making it up and it's all in my imagination. That's all completely normal and it's all completely fine. And I'm going to post a video explaining my 5 top tips to help you connect and communicate with your angels. It's one of my most watched videos on YouTube. So, and it has some really useful information, even though it was recorded a few years ago. So I'm going to post that, and I know that that will help many of you that are having questions about how your angels are communicating, or are they communicating at all, or is it just your imagination? That will answer a lot of those questions. But I will say briefly that there are many, many ways that your angels can communicate with you. My gut is one of my strongest ways, that my intuition, that my angels speak to me. Sometimes I get visions, sometimes I see angel lights. I didn't always see angel lights. I didn't always see the lights and recognize that, or orbs. That came much later on my angel journey. The belief and the trust and the faith was there for a long time in the beginning before I actually began to see angels. So you might see them physically with your eyes, you might see them in your mind's eye, you might get an intuition or a nudge, or is a clairsentience, that knowing. So an example I gave around my guardian angel when I first asked that name, I didn't get in the meditation, this is what it is. Later that day, I was in the shower and I heard this song, that Elton John song, Daniel, my brother, you're older than me, you can feel the pain. And I love that song. But I realized that I had heard it 3 times that day. And it was like a ping went off and I thought, oh my God, that's my guardian angel's name. That's what I've been asking for today. And that's the message. So the message came to me in that way. But it was like this knowing inside of me that was the truth. So your angels can show themselves to you in many, many ways. So I'll post that other video and you can go and you can have a look at that. And I'm sure that will help you with a lot of questions that you have about communicating with your angels. Then we had Michael and courage and confidence and protection. So there was a lot of stuff came up for everybody around that this week. And a lot of you got beautiful messages: relax, move forward, say no, beautiful boundaries, lots of different messages, particular to help you on your journey. So I love that. Michael is somebody that nearly everybody knows. As soon as you come into the angel world or start asking questions, Michael usually shows up. And look, who out of all of us has never experienced some level of anxiety or fear or insecurity or instability or needing protection? So all of us have called on Michael in some way or another in our lives. All of us. My kids know Michael. They know to call on Michael when they're having night terrors, they're uncomfortable in their sleep. Michael all the time. It adds just a little bit of stability and safety. Then we jumped into Raphael. So Archangel Raphael, the healing angel. That was the last video I posted. So I hope that you connected in with Raphael. I can see from your comments that you loved connecting in with this angel, and that again, you got different messages related to where you are in your life. So today we have our live call, and tomorrow we have Archangel Gabriel. And then Friday is going to be our ahas, breakthroughs, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to share. And then the weekend is rest, integration, catch up on any of the videos. And that's more or less the way it's going to work for the next, the whole 4 weeks of the Angel Bootcamp. There's going to be 3 archangels that you get introduced to, 1 live call with me every single week. So we get to interact, you get to ask me questions, and we get an aha day, a catch up over the weekend. And that's the way it's going to work. And you also have this incredible Facebook community, which is amazing. The people that have joined in the last week has been amazing. It's a very incredible community of light workers and earth angels here to support you on your journey. So please use the Facebook group if you have any questions. I'm in here every day for at least an hour at some stage, and sometimes longer, answering your questions, commenting, posting, but please support each other. Remember our rule, which is 3 to 1. So every time you post something, once a question or a comment, please go and find 3 more posts and comments and just comment and just give support to somebody else in the group. It might be just an emoji, it might be a thumbs up, it might be a love heart, but just support someone else in the group. Okay, my darlings. So, this card, Earthed, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. So I want to talk briefly about this and then I'm going to jump into your questions. So I'm here with you for about an hour. Sorry, the last thing, my angels are just saying, invite your friends. Make sure your friends are in this group. I checked and I made a mistake, and it's actually more than 4 years since I did this the last time. So I literally got an angel nudge last month that was do the Angel Bootcamp, and they had to push and push and push before I showed up, because it's alive. I'm here every single day for 30 days. So whether that's energetically or physically, I don't do this very often. To work with me generally in my coaching and packages, there's lots of different ways that you can work with me, but this intensively in a private group like this, for free, it does not happen very often. So please invite your friends and family and anyone that you know that could benefit from being part of this community while we're live this month, and please do that. The link will be above and below and somewhere. I think it's what is it? It's bit.ly/30day angels. You can share that with anyone that you think might be interested or wants to be here this month. And also you can invite them straight to the Facebook group and they'll get the link to sign for emails. So that is it, my darlings. This is about protection, and somebody mentioned this during the week. So I got a message or an email or a question about this in the group, and I thought it would be good to bring it up in the beginning. So as we are opening up to the angels, opening up your intuition, opening up your psychic abilities, and this is a month of spiritual awakening. I've just posted my angel messages for August. I'll share them in the group as well. And I would advise you to go and watch that just to get some added insight just for this month. But when we begin, sometimes, for me, I started very gently. I didn't see anything in the beginning. I really was my gut that gave me most of the information around my angels. But for some people, they can go into full-blown awakening and start seeing angels, start sensing spirits and guides, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So that's why we start with these angels in this first week. That's why we start with your intention. That's why we start gathering the community so that you have support while you're going through this. That's why you meet your guardian angel, who is the gatekeeper for your healing journey, to look after you and make sure that you're perfectly safe and you're only receiving what you need. That's why we have Michael, so that when you feel scared or things start happening or you start opening up to angels maybe a bit faster than you wanted to or expected to, Michael is there. He's already in your space, protecting you, reminding you that you're safe and you're protected. And Raphael is there to help you with the stuff that's going to come up that you need to heal. And Gabriel is there. We're going to go into Gabriel as well this week around helping you connect with your inner child and your creativity. And next week we start with Uriel. Uriel is the one that helps you with clarity and insight, especially around your visions or your dreams or any questions that you have around your angels. These 4 angels and your guardian angel, this is on purpose. This is absolutely on purpose. They are here to protect you. They are the foundation for this 30-day journey. So if you do nothing else, go and watch all of this week's videos and just connect in and get grounded and get a sense of stability and a question in there, grounding and protection in there. So I'm going to post information around protection and grounding that I share in the Angel Circle membership, and I'm going to post it in here for you, and it will be in the file section. And it will be just simple little things that you can do to protect yourself and keep your energy grounded and safe. But if you have any questions around this throughout the bootcamp, or any questions at all about anything about angels, please post them in under the questions tab or in the Facebook group, and just tag me so that I know that you've asked a question, and then I can answer it at the next possible chance that I get. Or there might be somebody in this incredible group who also has the answer, and I'm sure that a lot of you, I'm actually going to put up a thread and we can all post any tips or information around grounding that you use in your own spiritual practice or your life. So what a beautiful card. So I'm going to post a picture for this, and I'm going to post the from the book for this as well, so that you can read through that and get your own messages for this week. Now, I'm having a problem with the computer. It is not releasing, it's not showing me the questions for this week. So I'm going to jump in live and I'm going to answer whoever is here live and needs a question. If you have a question for me, for your angels, just post that question now in the chat box, in the comments, and I will just randomly pick as many of you as I can, and I will answer your questions. So try to be as specific as you can. So, you know, what does the future hold for me is very vague. You know, really drop into your heart and think about what, if I could get some support and help right now, what would that be in? Would it be around my relationships? Is this relationship for me? Am I going to meet the love of my life? Is it around finances? Is it around finances? Is it, am I going to clear that debt? Is it around coaching? Am I going to, is this coach that I'm thinking about the one for me at the moment? Am I going to do some new training? Am I going to change career? Like, get as specific as you can, as you want, you know, looking after your own heart in this, but as specific as you can, and then I will answer your questions. Now, not everybody's going to get a question answered. Not everybody's going to get an angel card today. But you will all, and I nearly can guarantee this, you will all get insight and healing and transformation for what comes through from the questions that are asked, and just the energy that is held here today in this space with people watching live and people watching the replay. So, because every time I do these, I get questions. Every time I do this, I give answers for somebody else, I get questions for myself. So, my darlings, so I've just seen Assumpta, am I using the correct model for my business? Assumpta, can you expand on that? And I will have a look at that later. And just to let you all know that for this whole month, you can join the Angel Circle membership, which is where I am live every single week. So in the bootcamp, I'm here for this month, but I am in the Angel Circle every single week. I'm there tomorrow, and you can join for $16.50. You can join for half price for your first month. So, and that the usual price is going up at the end of this month for the Angel Circle. So if you don't get a question answered but you want to speak to me, you can jump into the Angel Circle. I'll be there live, and you can just go onto my website, ashleymooney.com/members for information on that. So I'm going to answer Emma Rose's question first, which is, I would love a card for guidance on my fertility struggles and trying to get pregnant. Now, Emma, can you just confirm that you're moving soon? Because I know you were saying that to me recently. So can you just confirm that you're moving and when you're moving? Or has nothing been decided yet? Because I just feel like that's important. So if you can, just let me know in the comments, Emma, when you are moving. I'm going to pick a card for you. Okay. So, Emma, your card is Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Okay? So, it's a beautiful, beautiful card about new beginnings. So, This to me looks like a womb. It looks like an enclosed area. It is beautiful. It is lush. It is green. It is and there's a whole blue and a lake, and it's just absolutely stunning. It's like, you know, it's like finding a surprise place in the middle of the jungle, a Shangri-La. The land of youth and milk and honey, or you just suddenly turn a corner and you see this amazing place. So my intuition, I have intuition on this, and I have a bit of angel guidance. So my intuition is saying, Emma, if you are moving in the next month or so, moving is huge. Moving is absolutely a huge, big deal. On the scale of things that stress us in our lives, I'm just going to adjust these cushions. On the scale of things that stress us in our lives, moving is one of the top 3 stressors. I studied stress management years ago. So forget about everything else while you're moving, because it's going to require all of your energy, my love. So that's what I would say to you. I experienced with my 2 children fertility issues. I had endometriosis, so I didn't even know if I was ever going to conceive, but I was hopeful and continued trying. And we struggled with the both of them. And they were 2 miracle births. And I would say that the first one, Noah, I was 2.5, 3 years, maybe longer, trying with no results. And I left Ireland and I went to Brazil. And I did 12 weeks of just personal development exploration on my own. It took me about 3 or 4 weeks to come down from the level of stress that I had been on living here to unwind to a beach lifestyle. We lived there for about 2 years in the end. And I had treatments and I read a lot of healing books. But I would say that the number one thing was just pulling my energy back into myself. Allowed me to give birth. Once I stopped giving all my energy to everyone else, once I stopped a lot of people pleasing, because I basically left the country, I left my job, I left everything that I had that was taking energy here, and I just left it. So there was now a void. So of course there was a transition in that. But once I stopped doing that, this is of course in hindsight, once I stopped doing that, it allowed me the energy to energetically commit to looking after a child. So that's my little story, my background around that. And then Emily was a whole other story, where I did some NLP training. I'd been trying again. I wanted a second child, nothing was happening. And I said, okay, I'm going to devote myself to my business. And I studied to be an NLP practitioner with the amazing Sarah Haboobi. I recommend her training to everybody. She is incredible if you want to learn more about NLP. She's based in Ireland. And I discovered that I had 2 programs running. One was, or 2 conflicts within me, and one was, I want a successful business, but I can't have a successful business and be a successful mother. Somewhere within me, I didn't think I had the energy for the 2 spaces. And that, I did a lot of mindset work, a lot of healing around that. And literally, I am telling you, literally a week later, I conceived Emily, because 9 months later, well, she came 2 weeks early, but literally 9 months later, she was born. So I say this to Sarah all the time. She gave me Emily. She helped me to unravel enough my mind to be able to birth this second child. So the reason I'm saying that to you, Emma, Rose, or to anyone else that's struggling with fertility or pregnancy or conceiving, a lot of it is to do with your mindset. For me, I would say in your particular case, Emma Rose, you're moving. So just focus on that and nothing else for the moment. But for anyone struggling with this issue, I would say go and get yourself somebody that specializes in this. I was lucky enough to uncover that in the NLP, and it gave me Emily. But there are people that use NLP and use other healing and spiritual techniques to get the same result. And just one, I know there are many in my community, so please excuse me if I'm forgetting your name. And if you do this type of work, please put your name in the comments, and so that we know you're here and that we know that you support us with this. But there's two people in my angel community at the moment, one in the angel membership, and that is Sarah Richardson. And Sarah hosts cacao ceremonies. She is a midwife, and she supports conception and bringing in these new babies and connecting them with their mothers. So she does fantastic work. So I would recommend Sarah Richardson. If somebody could write Sarah's name in the chat, that would be a great support, or tag her. She's in this group somewhere. And the other person I would recommend is Deborah Kilby. Deborah is amazing. She has been in this community for many, many years. She's just published her first book, based on around her daughter, channeled messages from her daughter who's in spirit. And she is incredible. And she, because I've worked with Deborah on many different programs and packages, so I've seen and heard of the babies, literally physical babies, that she has helped to birth into this world, that she's worked with the mothers who had difficulty conceiving and brought them through this journey to support them to have their baby in their arms. So there are two people that I would recommend. So that is Deborah Kilby and Sarah Richardson. They're in this community, so if you write their name and you'll be able to tag them, you'll be able to ask them questions, you'll be able to private message them. Highly recommend these two girls. Hearts of gold. The work that they're doing is incredible. If I was lucky enough to have Sarah for my, and I learned the NLP and I got my babies. But if I had known that these particular people existed, or if I'd known anyone that did this type of work, I would have definitely gone straight to them. So that is my recommendation. So I did go off on a tangent there, but I really, anybody that wants to share anything around this that you feel like that would help and support someone else in this space struggling with fertility, conception and birthing issues, or even birth trauma, anything around that, please share your resources in this thread and we can keep it all in one place. And people will know where to go when they need support on this. So this card for you, Emma Rose, new solutions and beginnings, you'll survive this, and inner earth. So the answer is, you asked, will I ever get through these fertility issues and achieve pregnancy? And the answer is yes. To keep going, that there's something new, you're on the threshold of something new, and it could be that you're literally about to conceive. My feeling is that when you go into your new home and you settle, that will settle your energy as well. Maybe that child needs this new location or this new space to be birthed in. So that was the reason that I said, just forget about everything until September. Just move in to your home. You know, if it's only September, that means you've only a few weeks to pack. I've moved, I don't know how many times in my life. It is, the more my family grows, the more the move involves. So, you know, pack up, spend your time packing and getting organized and decluttering and getting rid of what you no longer need. That would be amazing. And just focus on that, and focus on moving your family into this beautiful new home, calling in your angels, you got Jophiel the other day, so focus on Jophiel, bring Jophiel in as well, the Feng Shui angel, ask for Jophiel's support. But absolutely beautiful new beginnings, new things are happening for you, and I would go and get yourself that support from those experts in the field of fertility. Now, my darling, so many questions coming through, so I hope that was useful. Let me just see. As I said, I will be in the Angel Circle tomorrow, so if you don't get a card but you really want to get a message, okay. So Lynn is just posting, I keep getting the name Nesta. So I'm guessing, Lynn, that's one of your angels, or it's a guardian angel. So what I would say is go and Google Nesta, go into Google and just put in the search, the meaning of the name Nesta, and just see what comes up. And you might get Nesta, or you might get variations of that name. Because I used to know somebody that was called Nessa. So there could be variations of the name Nesta. So just go in and Google the meaning, and then come back to us in the group with your research, because your guardian angel's name, the meaning in there holds the qualities and the gifts that they are helping you to learn in this life. So I would absolutely go, if you're getting that name consistently, go and go and do your research. So okay, lots. So I'm just going to randomly. Okay, Martina Casserly. Okay, Martina, am I going in the right direction in my life at this moment? Let me see. So, any of you at any stage, you can. I think you should be able to invite straight from this live stream, I think. But I'm not sure. So, okay. Am I going in the right direction in my life at this moment? Okay, so there's two cards coming through, Martina, and they're very interesting cards. So this one is the card that came up as a group card last week for us, or in the Setting Our Intentions live stream that I did. And it's the spiral. And it's this lady dancing in the spiral. And I talked about that sometimes life, it can feel like there's nothing happening, or it can feel like, oh my God, I'm going round and round in circles, or I can feel like, oh, I'm back here again. I thought I dealt with this issue. I thought I healed this challenge. I thought I had done with this. Why am I doing this again in my relationship? Why is this showing up again? And your angels are saying, sometimes it can feel like you're going around in circles. And actually, it can feel like you're repeating patterns in your life. And you might be at a phase where you're thinking, I really need to break these patterns once and for all. And your angels are saying that just be a little bit kinder with yourself. It's more of rather than a circle of life or a straight road, it's more of a spiral. So we're living our lives sort of in a spiral. It's not really a straight line ahead or behind us, although sometimes that's useful to think of it like that. But really, our life is a spiral. So it can feel like you're coming up to the same issue again, but actually you've a little bit raised. You've got your angel wings on, and you can see that situation from a different perspective. So sometimes I feel like the universe gives us the same issues to make sure that we've really healed them. So it's like, so you're like, oh my God, I'm so over that. I'll never do that again in my relationships or in my career, or I'll never make those mistakes again. And the universe goes, oh really? And sends us the exact same situation, or different people, different place, but the exact same circumstance. And we're like, holy. The beauty is that often, if we've done even a little bit of healing work, when that situation comes back up again, we're able to to look at that situation from a different point of view. We're able to think, oh, hang on a minute, this is here again. Last time I did this and it was a real fuck up and it caused me so much pain and whatever else. What can I do differently this time? Or this is triggering me, and last time when I let loose, it didn't go too well. So maybe I need to take a breath and just walk away from it and think how I can deal with this differently. So, so this card is telling me that sometimes it might feel, and for many of you, sometimes it feels like that for me, that we're just walking around in circles in our life and we're doing the same thing over and over again. But your angels are just reassuring us, me and you today, that we are making progress, and we are moving upwards and we are moving through our life. And yes, Martina, you are moving in the right direction in your life at this moment. Now, this second card is interesting, and it's coming back to this earthed. This card is Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded, earthed, grounded, earthed. So this is like a double message for you and for anyone else that's experiencing a little bit of feedback from the world. You might just need to put up a little bit of protection. Yeah, a little bit of boundaries around your time. If there are particular situations in your life where you jump into codependency, you people pleasing, saying yes when you mean no, and you know, there are places in my life where I am extremely confident and I'm like, no, 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 very boundaried. And then there are places in my life where I just say yes, 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 because I don't want to cause a row. So it's like, we are different in different circumstances with different situations, and we really, what we're learning in one part of our lives, we'll be given the opportunity to learn that in another part of our lives. So as light workers, as earth angels, it can be difficult for us. We don't like confrontation, we don't like saying no, we love making other people happy. So this card is about your needs are important, to make sure that you're saying, sometimes when you say no to others, you're saying yes to yourself. So Martina, this is about bringing your energy back to yourself, and giving, I would say, take this 30 days of this Angel Bootcamp and just give that to you completely, my love. Just give yourself the gift of showing up here. By the end of it, you will feel more confident, you'll feel more relaxed. You'll be able to say no, because this issue, this concept of saying no comes up over and over again in my work. So I hope that was useful. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just going to take a nice deep breath because I'm feeling like there's one stuck there. Oh, that's better. Okay, my darlings. So, I hope that was useful, Martina, and I'm going to randomly just choose somebody now. And I'm going to pick on somebody, on an actual question. So I'm going to scroll until I get a question. So it's really in your interest to post a question that I can... I'm glad that resonates, Emma Rose. I hope it was helpful today, my darling. Please come back and let us know. Show us before and after pictures of your house. We would love to see that. Stacey, I want to reach more people about the work I do. I'm feeling driven about this, but I have an underlying health condition. So I need to have balance, and I'm not sure how to get the word out there. Thank you so much. Okay. It's a great question, Stacey. So just before I dive into that, I want to just make sure that you know that I will be live in the Angel Circle tomorrow. You can go to ashleymooney.com/members and you can sign up and you can get on the live call tomorrow as well. And I'm there every single week, live throughout the year. So I'm just in the boot camp for the next 30 days in once a week. But if you don't get your question answered today and you want to get more support, you can jump into the Angel Circle membership. We would love to have you there. So there's a few things coming up, Stacey. So the first thing is, it is totally possible to create a business. I guess it's a business that you're asking about. You're asking about the work that I do, and I'm guessing that it's healing work. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It's totally possible to have a successful 6-figure business working about 10 hours a week. So there's lots of examples of that in the coaching world, if you search around for that. In my business, I haven't quite reached 6 figures yet, but I have a very successful business, and I work about, it ranges from 10 to 20 hours a week. So generally about 15, especially in the last few months with my kids home. It has shown me how I can work less and still get the same results. So what happens is, it requires focus, and it requires a real understanding of your time and understanding of business. So in business, you have your on stage and your off stage. I'm on stage now. I'm doing this live call. I'm interacting with you. I'm sharing my my offerings, my packages. I'm letting you know that I work with one-to-one clients, that I work in groups. So I'm doing my live interacting and marketing right here in this call. And then there's backstage work. There's the admin. There's the posting on emails. So I was doing a little bit of that this morning, setting up some emails that I had forgotten to send out. I put a video on YouTube. So there's a bit of background. My books, the last book that I wrote, that was a lot of backstage, but now that it's out there, it's on stage, it's out there and people can buy it. But there was a lot of backstage time that I needed to put into that book that I didn't get paid for. I get paid afterwards for that book. So, Stacey, if you're starting out in business, I would say to you to get some support. Find a program. You can get the Abundant Heart program. It's one of my programs on the Lightworkers Academy. You can find some other coach or a program or somebody that will help you get the basics of business, get your email set up, get your first free piece of content up there and available, get your website sorted, a very basic website. So there's a lot, just having the basics in place in your business that will support you so that you can create a business that suits your rules, that fits in with your rules. So if I look at my business, let's say in a week, I probably have about 6 hours delivery time. So where I'm on stage talking to clients, doing calls, doing one-to-one calls, doing group calls, doing this call. And then the rest of my time is backstage in my business. So it's a really very small, least time consuming, because I have 2 kids as well and they've been home for the last few months. So what I'm trying to say is you get to create the business that you want, Stacey, and that serves you. But unless you need to make sure that you have some business basics in there. And if you don't already have that, I would say save yourself some time and go and invest and get some help and support with that. As I said, the Abundant Heart program is there. You can send me a PM and I will send you information. You can go and have a look, see if it resonates. I can send you some people that have done it and they will let you know. But it gives you the basic understanding of what it means to be in business and the things that you need to set up. It's completely home study, so you can do it at your own pace. So that's what I would say. And the reason I'm saying that is in the beginning, it can take a lot of effort. And if you have an underlying health issue, that on its own can prevent you from getting your message out there. You need to learn the basics so that you can automate as much as possible and batch your content creation as much as possible, so that you don't have to be live every day. I could speak so much on this topic. And if you scroll through the videos in this group, because this is the Angel Bootcamp group, but it's been here about 4 years, there are hundreds of videos in our video archives where I speak about spiritual business. A lot of information on my Facebook page as well, and on my profile. I talk about spiritual business at different stages. I did a full Angel Bootcamp and invited 22 or something light workers to talk about spiritual business. So there are archives, there is a ton of information just in this group if you want to scroll and find that, Stacey, to help and support you right now. And you know, the last part of your question is, I'm not sure how to get the work out there, you know, and that's your marketing. And if you don't have the basics of that, I've done so much work on this, and I've done so many videos on this, but a very simple strategy is to show up once a week on a live stream somewhere, preferably public, as a start. And I mean, that could be half an hour, and it could be just sharing a tip or a resource. And another layer of that would be showing up every day for a month somewhere. Or another layer would be setting up an email list and putting a Facebook ad on that and letting that do your marketing for you. So there are lots of different ways to get the word out there. So, oh my God, okay. So all of that practical information to one side, Stacey, I just want to say that this card has come up for you. So I would say to you, go and have a look at the Angel Circle membership and see if that is calling you, because this is the card that came up on our last call. And then one of our members went out into nature, took some photos, and saw almost an identical orb in the photos that she took. I would share it in this, I will ask her to share it in this group. Bernie, I think you're here. It is, this is the month of spiritual awakening. This is the month where everything that we've been working towards is so a lot of us have been talking about spiritual awakening, new beginnings. It's all happening in August. This is a portal, so it says the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. This is what we're doing in this Angel Bootcamp this month. But I would say to you, Stacey, if you want some deeper support, jump into the Angel Circle, because there is a different level of growth in there. There is just a different level, and if you're committing to, if you want to commit to getting ongoing support with this, I would suggest that you jump in. This is an incredible card. So it says to me, Stacey, that you are on the cusp of something amazing. Very similar to the card that we got for Emma Rose, New Beginnings. But this is in particular about spiritual awakening. So I would say to you that your health condition is actually a support right now, because it's going to prevent you from doing too much while you're going through this transition. And it's going to help you to be a bit kinder with yourself, and to support you as you go through this this awakening, or this new part of your spiritual path. So I'm not sure if all of that I've said is making sense. So you're stepping into a business, you're in your business, you need to get the practical support to help you, so that you're not giving it so much energy, you're only giving it the minimum energy. Automate your systems, get your structures in place, get a coach, get a course, get a program, get something that you can follow step by step. Because this is the biggest part of your work is internal, and it's a huge spiritual awakening happening right now this month for you. So you need support with that as well. I'm hoping that you already have support. Maybe you already have a coach, which is fantastic. If you do, I'm thrilled. And you have this community while we're here for the next 30 days. So an amazing, amazing card. If you don't have this deck, I would recommend getting it. It's the Starseed Oracle. Rebecca Campbell, I think lovely the way they open like this. Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Knoll. I would highly, highly recommend this deck. I love it. I've just started using it this month, but it feels to me next level. It feels to me perfect for what we're all experiencing this month. So if that is calling you, that deck, I would say, Stacey, go and get yourself a deck. So totally resonates, goosebumps and tears. We're holding you, my darling. You're in the right place. Keep going. So, Assumpta, you asked a question around business, and you asked, are you on the right track with business, or is the business model that you're using right now the right one for you? And you said that you were online. So I'm going to say to you, take everything, the practical and the spiritual that I spoke about there, on board. So everything that I just shared with Stacey is for anyone that it resonates with, but definitely for you, Assumpta. So take everything on board that I've said. And I would say that by you asking me, is this path that I'm taking the right one for me? I would say that you're probably missing the one-to-one interaction. So there's absolutely no reason, well, consider your country's recommendations and restrictions and lockdown, whatever's happening for you in your country. But I think that things are opening up, and I think that people are they're finding within the restrictions and new guidelines, they're finding ways to be able to do one-to-one calls again, or one-to-one in-person sessions. So I would say to you, Assumpta, to go and start exploring that as well, because it feels to me like online is amazing. My business is 98% online, and I just host, it's all online. Everything I do is online, one-to-one, VIP sessions online, coaching calls. I hosted a 3-day angel retreat last month online. The Angel Circus online, this group is on, everything is online for me at the moment, group sessions. And however, sometimes my heart just craves to be in a group of people. And I know that the last angel retreat I held online, I was just like, okay, this is cool, but I really missed being in a physical room with people. I love having an online business. I love the freedom that it gives me to speak to people all over the world. I love the freedom that it gives me to be with my kids. I love the income that it gives me, which gives me freedom again to write books and do whatever I want to do, to be able to show up in this boot camp for a month and give my time for free. I love the freedom. Freedom is one of my biggest values. I love the freedom that online business gives me. However, there's still a part of me that needs the one-to-one interaction. And I know that as soon as I possibly can, as soon as I get the angel nudge and everything is good to go, probably, I'm guessing it will be March, I'll be hosting a live angel event as soon as possible, to just be able to sit in the room, to hug people, to feel those breakthroughs, to see that light shining when somebody comes in like this and they leave with pink in their cheeks and a smile on their face, and there's just nothing like it. And what I love is when I sit in a room of people and being able to look at people's, on Zoom you can only see one person at a time, and I miss feeling the energy of the room and looking around me in the circle and seeing people transforming, and so all of that. So I'm guessing that you're missing a little bit of that as well, Assumpta. So that's what I'm guessing, is that you're missing a little bit of that as well. So maybe you can post a little bit more information or something, and just let me know if this is resonating. But this card is the weight of the world. Wow, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So take on board everything that I've said. So I would say online is fantastic, but you might be missing a little bit of interaction, of live interaction. However, this beautiful card is reminding you that I would say it's 100% possible that you are about to experience a bit of burnout, if you haven't already experienced that, in your one-to-one sessions. It is one of the reasons I created an online business. I was completely burnt out one-to-one. I gave so much. So now I choose where I want to show up live. With somebody for a VIP day. Somebody wants to come here to Italy and spend the day with me, and we have a full VIP experience. We visit Milan or Bergamo, and we sit in a nice hotel and we work through their transformation or whatever their goals are, whatever they want to achieve in their life or their business. I am thrilled to do that with somebody. And I'm also thrilled to sit on retreat. But in the very beginning, my business was all one-to-one and in person. And it was really draining. It was exhausting, and I completely burnt out in the end. So you're being reminded, Assumpta, and for many of you that we're seeing one-to-one, and now you've moved a little bit online, and now you're asking questions, will I go back? It's yes, with boundaries, with bells on. So you've got to take what you've learned in these last few months, the freedom that you've got from seeing clients online, the freedom to see people all over the world, and balance it with this urge to connect in person, but also make sure that you are looking after yourself, that you have clear boundaries. If like this is a typical one that I see light workers do. They have an hour session, and their session can go on for an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half, or sometimes 2 hours, because they've nothing else to do afterwards. That's the voice in their head. They don't respect their own boundaries or their clients' boundaries, and they give more than is expected. Or there's another piece of, I'm not good enough. So if somebody pays you money, oh my God, sure, I didn't give them enough in that hour. Or seeing somebody for that hour or 45 minutes, whatever it is, and then holding their energy for days or weeks afterwards, before the call and after the call, and supporting that person through text message or email, or sending them more. I do this. Oh my God, I loved our session. Here's some more information. Here's a link. Here's a book. Here's something that might support you, or a video. And that's okay. But I really check in and make sure that I'm really honoring my boundaries, and I'm not overloading the client, but that I'm not giving too much. I'm not overextending myself. So I have a lot to say around this, but basically, to keep it short, Assumpta, yes, online is great. Yes, you can go back and do some one-to-one work or group work sessions, but please be clear about what your boundaries are, what you say yes to, what you say no to, and keep in especially keep your boundaries around your time and money. Make sure you're getting paid for what you're doing, you know. So weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. And make sure that you're cleaning up your energy after each session with your clients. Loads of love. I hope this is useful. That was useful for me, a really great reminder. So B says, I need this so much, Aisling. I need to be around people with the same interests as me, and I'm slipping a bit. This is the Angel Bootcamp. This is what it's about. B was with me when I used to do live classes, Angel Circle live classes. I don't know if it's 10 years ago or 8 years ago, or I don't know when it is. A long time ago, B. And here we are again, talking about the same things. I'm still as necessary, and it doesn't matter how many times I know this stuff, or I learn this stuff, or I say this stuff. I need the reminder as well. I need to be in spaces with people of like-minded, so that I can talk about unicorns, I can talk about angels, and so we all need it. So I'm delighted to have you here. It'd be a pleasure as always. So let me see, I'm going to pick another question. So I hope this is useful for everybody. Let me see. Okay, there's lots of information in here around fertility issues. So please, anyone that's talking about that, or anyone that's interested in that, go and scroll through the comments and you'll get lots of support with that. So Rebecca, will friction with my family resolve? So that's an interesting question, and I can feel the heaviness, love. I can feel the heaviness, and there's 2 cards coming. And I can feel the emotional toll, and then emotional, physical and mental toll that takes. And I've just had a spark of a purple orb just showed its face to me there, and that's Archangel Metatron. So he's saying, when I first began working with Metatron, the shit just hit the fan in my life. Literally everything was messed up and so challenging. It made me look at where I was people pleasing, where I was accepting behavior that wasn't acceptable in my marriage, in my other relationships, in my relationship with myself, my career. Jesus, it affected every single part of my life. So my feeling is Metatron is working with you, Rebecca. So while this situation feels uncomfortable and it might feel a bit endless at this stage, family issues can really take a huge toll. It's all for a reason. And in hindsight, and eventually you will look back and you will say, thank God that happened, because it helped me to have clearer boundaries. It helped me to stop saying yes to situations and behavior that just wasn't appropriate for me and my family. It helped me to put myself and my needs first. It helped me to force myself to find time for self-care and for self-love, and it helped me to ask for help and support where I needed it. So there's a piece coming through here, Rebecca, about counselling and healing and therapy. So I've had counselling umpteen times in my life. Whenever the shit hits the fan and I need support, I will jump on the phone, and I have lots of counsellors around that I know. So if I needed help now in my life, I would be, okay, who can I call? Who can I set up? Like a program. So like counselling, it doesn't solve in one session. It probably shifts, unless they're an amazing, I don't know. For me, counselling is more of a longer term process. So the point I'm trying to get at, Rebecca, is maybe you just need a little bit of outside support out of your family. And what about 6 weeks of counselling? Or what about 6 sessions of counselling? It could be online. It could be just that you take an hour, or maybe you need to get out of the house for an hour and go and find a centre near you. Rebecca, if that's resonating, and I don't know what part of Ireland you're in, but in Dublin, there's a centre I highly recommend, Alathea Holistic Centre, and it's in Dublin. I think they've moved recently, but they're around Bluebell, Dublin, Inchicore area. I attended there and I learned Japa meditation for 2 years in that centre, and I had lots of healing sessions and counselling and psychotherapy sessions in there. And I attended groups. It is incredible, an incredible centre of gifted, amazing healers, psychotherapists and counsellors. So, and a lot of them are online at the moment, so you could get a session. And if you were to book a group session, like a package, you can ask them for a discount. You can say, look, hey, I want to book 6 sessions. I want to give that commitment to myself. What's your packages? What are your package prices? So this is for anyone that needs some extra support at this time. We are all restricted in some way this year. It's 2020. It is Corona. We are all experiencing some restrictions somewhere in our life. So my restriction, the biggest one I'm feeling, is that I am with my family all the time. And I need to make an extra effort to get out of the house, or to take an hour to exercise, or to walk the dog, or to meet some friends, or to pick up the phone to a friend. But it takes an effort to make myself do that, because I know my soul needs it. But I'm also feeling, Rebecca, and for anyone else that needs this, you might need some ongoing support. In particular, if you have an issue like a family issue, an emotional issue that's going on, you might just need some outside perspective, somebody that you can connect with, that you can just talk it through. And talking it through is one of the best ways that I know to really, sometimes we talk it through with the wrong people. We talk it through with the naysayers. We talk it through with the people that we're caught in this spiral with, or that are invested in it energetically as well from their part. So it's not really a neutral place to talk through what's going on, so that we can really take everything out of our head and just figure out where we stand on this. If you don't want to talk and you don't want to go to a therapist, you can journal. You can just meet a friend that's outside of the family or something like that, that will just help and support you. So the good news is there is a way through it, and Metatron is here. So while it might feel uncomfortable at the moment, there is resolution on the way. So these 2 cards, like the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. So there's a huge amount of forgiveness work to do here, which is Metatron's forte. That's what he brings. The first step in working with Metatron is forgiveness. Severing is brought up here because sometimes we have to cut the ties to those we love for a little while or for a long while, so that we can gather ourselves together. So I would say to you, go and do the cutting of the ties meditation, connecting with Metatron. Go and get yourself some neutral support to talk this through. And this card, deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So this is the possibility. So beautiful. This is the possibility. Literally, you will get your angel wings and take flight. So much deep, powerful healing from this experience that's happening now. I know it's shit when you're in it. It's uncomfortable. You want it to end. If it's going on a long time, it can be draining. So my advice to you is just to support you through it. You're not at the end of it yet, Rebecca, but you're there, love. So you have support, and you will get through it, and it will be deeply healing for you and for everyone involved. Oh my God. Really fantastic. So I hope that resonated. I hope it helps. I will be in the Angel Circle tomorrow for any of you that would like to join me there and go deeper, get some more angel answers to your questions, more angel cards. So if you didn't get your card, your question answered today, I am guessing that everybody got something from the messages that came through today, because I definitely got so much support and got so many answers to questions that I had in my own life in all the different areas. I've really got so much support from this today. So I'm guessing that you got something to help you on your path right now. Our next live in this, the Angel Bootcamp, will be next Wednesday, but I'm also live tomorrow in the Angel Circle if you want to join that, and you can just go to ashlingmooney.com/members and you can find all the details there. Or send me a PM if you have any questions around that. But I'm going to let you go because I've been here over an hour and I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But it has been an absolute pleasure, and I will be in this group with you. Please remember to invite your friends and family, anyone that loves angels or would benefit from being part of this group. Please bring them along. We have another 3 weeks left, so you know it's a fantastic opportunity to work with me and to be in this incredible space with all of these huge amazing transformational light workers, earth angels, whether we look like normal people or healers out there in the world, all extraordinary, beautiful, healing souls of big hearts in this group. So I really hope that you enjoy this space for the next month. It's my pleasure to be here. So I will see you live either tomorrow in the Angel Circle or next Wednesday. So loads of love. Talk to you soon. Bye.